Tuesday, October 30th, 2018. We're going to take a look at some anomalies on the NextRad composite imagery. Okay, we're going to take note at here in West Texas, moving down. We're going to see all this interference right here. This is all from wind farms. And then we have from Houston clear up to North Carolina and all this. And then when the sun comes up, we're going to see all this interference in the southeast. This is from the paved pause unit, the space fence in action, which would be in the panhandle of Florida, and there's one at Robins Air Force Base in Georgia. Here's most recent image. Now we'll take note, this interference or whatever mode that this one in Houston was in, it's now over. This has been like this for over a week, but this is the first time that it's died down, because it's been like this for over a week now, or probably a week, at least a week. Okay, we'll take a closer look at this. This is called a digital ping signature in North Carolina. Here we got the space fence. Now this can cause a density change in your upper atmosphere, along with the wind farms. A lot of people don't know that the wind farms can modify the weather. We'll get into that. Here's the upper level water vapor imagery, so we can just take a look at what's going on, how the flow is going. Here's all your wind farms, so we know where these are at. I don't know why this one, we'll refresh that one. This is, well, wait for everything to load. I wanted to get a closer look at this digital ping in North Carolina. This is in Kansas. Did I have it on 200? I wanted to see the zapping of the sky, because the wind farms can, I'll just read from, if you haven't read this book by Alana Freeland yet, Under an Ionized Sky, from chemtrails to space fence lockdown, I highly recommend it. I got it and read it, but here's a snip on wind farms. Visit a wind farm and you'll quickly notice that life appears to have fled, which is strange given how many think of wind farms as green energy. That's greenwashing. While driving through Western Ontario, Canadian activist Susan Maurer noted that what was once a beautiful landscape of farmland has been replaced by hundreds of massive, imposing wind turbines. People and homes close to the turbines do not seem to realize they are living inside of a power station that operates by creating low pressure systems. Okay, think of how a fan works. What's it do? It compresses air. Okay, or like a jet engine. With the blades of each turbine at a 15-degree angle from the oncoming wind, 7.5 degrees, so as to produce a toroid, straight-lined wind tunnel. Public protests are usually about devaluation of real estate and noise, but the pulsing itself is dangerous to mental and physical health. The infrasound and low-frequency noise produce what is being called the wind turbine syndrome: headaches, sleep problems, night terrors, learning disabilities, ringing in the ears, tinnitus, mood swings, irritability, anxiety, concentration, and memory problems, and equilibrium issues like dizziness and nausea. From the Marina Islands to Hawaii through the Kahalian Atoll, a line of transmitters fires northeast, and it repetitious pulse, an invisible wall of radio waves all the way to Alaska that creates a funneling effect. Fire a radio frequency into a front that's been seeded with aluminum nanoparticles, and a plasma-dense field arises, while the pressure wall off of Mexico acts like the bumper on a billiard table to roll the weather system north along the California-Oregon coastline to Vancouver Island, and the jet stream ready to be pushed east and south through Wyoming and the Dakotas and into Kansas, where NEXRAD and wind farm pulses will kick in to build high pressure for tornadoes, superstorms, and floods. Wind farms and hydraulic fracking wells are separated by exactly 300 miles, like wind towers, then calibrated together. Fracking wells provide grounding points for the wind farms while creating new fault lines for earthquake terraforming. Now, this is another thing that people need to realize, is that they're pumping the same stuff into the ground as they're putting into the air. Okay, so go on. According to Billy Hayes, the Heart Man, the brine in the wellheads of all new wells is treated with absorbents like the aluminum oxide and barium oxide being laid in chemtrails. A directional explosive is then packed into the well to create perforations and the casing for about 20 feet out, so the acid seeps down with the brine mix on top. The redosing must penetrate the casing because without water it will float to the top of the well. Wind turbines and oil well stems have the same resonant length of 1,282 feet. Each rotation of a wind turbine gives off a powerful static charge. In fact, every time wind turbines pulse at 2.95 hertz and 1 nanosecond pulses, the liquid mixture at the wellhead jumps 20 pounds up and 20 pounds down 3 times per second like a hammer. This is called thumping. The discharge of the wind farm occurs in an arc at a certain length and a certain pulse that resonates with wells turned to 2.95 hertz. Put your hand on the casing and feel it twitch like it's alive. Both wind farms and fracking wells have a part to play in the space fence infrastructure, along with ionospheric heaters, NEXRADs, cell, and wind towers. It is because of how they pulse together that nations like Scotland and states like Oklahoma won't be allowed to ban for long the unconventional practice of fracking. Okay, so what you can do to read more about this is like what I did, just type in wind farms ionization. Here there are some PDFs on ionizing the ground. There's all kinds of stuff here to read more about it. Planning for lightning protection, lightning discharges. These wind farms can produce sprites, which is like upward lightning from the top of clouds, and blue jets. What else do we got going on? I'll hear about wind turbine. They're calling it a nocebo effect. They're claiming that these adverse health effects are just in people's minds. But anyways, so we got a whole lot going on this map. This one in Houston's finally died down. So you see here is wind farms. Like I said, they can change the pressure. They can heat the air on the ground. Like in the evening, there was another video. Are wind turbines changing the weather on YouTube? Type that in, and you get a little more information about the wind farms, because not many people talk about them. And then you look at them, and they've sprung up they can produce straight, like I said, drastic density changes in the atmosphere. So can they all work together with the space fence, the NEXRADs, and all the other frequency emitting devices. Here we can see them causing, this is the wind farms causing this roll that came all the way down. See this? It's like, I guess, yeah, it just changes the air density. But anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video on this interference showing up on the NEXRAD composite reflectivity images. We will check back in at a later date.